Welcome everybody to the All About Duality podcast. I'm your host, Big Rich. I'm here with my co-hosts, Minimira and Medium Alyasa. On today's audio and video adventure, we're going to be talking about attraction. Before we get started, if you're watching us on YouTube, please leave a like, subscribe, and definitely leave a comment as well. And be sure to follow us on TikTok. Amira, take us away.
Yeah, so we want to actually start off by defining what attraction is. We are not talking about the law of attraction. That was a discussion we had like 5 minutes before this. So we're talking about attraction, meaning the action or power of evoking interest, pleasure, or liking for someone or something. We are focusing on the someone. So more about like mate selection, why we pick people. So let's just jump right in. Do you believe opposites attract?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes and no.
Why no?
They attract, but I don't know if that's enough to keep the attraction. Well, for me at least, going. There needs to be some stuff in common to keep the attraction going. But at first, opposites do attract because, I don't know, something different, something you're not used to. You're like, oh, this is new and exciting. This is fun.
All right. Is that why you say yes?
I say yes because commonality is cool,
Yeah.
but too much of it, I think, becomes stagnant and
okay.
boring, at least for me anyway.
So that is kind of yes and no.
No, I'm going to still say that the opposites
Okay.
attract because
Okay.
I would be more interested in the opposites that my partner is in. I think that's what would keep me attracted.
Somebody comes up to you, Air Force's Dutty.
That's,
You're opposite.
That's a different opposite. That one I can't rock with, so no, they're
All
out of
right,
here
so
for
there's
that.
some similarities.
Some similarities
All right,
need to be there, yeah.
Before we go into why, all right, we are just going to keep our answers in mind, okay? So jumping ahead now, we're going to talk about like 6 kind of main categories for why we find mates attractive.
All right.
I'm wondering if you guys can guess any of them.
Why we find our mates attractive. Pheromones.
Yes. Okay, so smell and hormones are one. So
Yeah.
smell being the pheromones.
Yeah.
So I want, like, just asking, does smell matter to you? Like, if somebody smells bad, could you date them?
No.
No, right? So, like, that's a huge thing. And there are some people where it's like, I don't know, they just smell a certain way that is attractive to you, right?
Had that too.
Yeah, that too. Do we get a story time or not?
No, we're gonna leave that one right in the vault.
So yeah, there's a lot of things that say like smell is attractive, pheromones are attractive. It's also dependent on like, okay, in hetero relationships, women who are ovulating are considered more attractive.
I've heard
like
that.
based on smell.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So have you heard of the t-shirt study?
No. Talk to me about
so
that.
they had like women at different points in their cycles wear a t-shirt overnight.
Okay.
Like sweating it, be gross, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they put it in a bag and they gave it to like men to smell. I kid you not. And they had to rate the attractiveness of this person without even seeing them.
Okay.
They found that women who were ovulating got rated higher. Because
That's
of their
sick.
smell alone.
That's pretty
their
interesting.
pheromones. Yeah. And then there's things that say like women actually act differently when they're ovulating.
Yeah, they're more horny.
Well, yes, they do things that like enhance their attractiveness. So like something like, what do I have here? Wearing red, like lipstick, cosmetics, just like wearing less in general when they go out.
Yeah.
Like it's very interesting. And then they're also attracted to different kinds of men.
At that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So the variety
so-
opens up. I like this.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
essentially, like, women are more attracted to men who are, like, cockier, like, when they're ovulating, who are more bold, like, assertive, just, like,
Alpha.
yeah. Okay, so that's one. Pheromones, hormones. What's another? You guys got any others? I think Alyasa alluded to one earlier.
Did I? What did
Yeah.
I say?
Remember your answers? Do
No, I
opposites
don't.
attract?
What did I say? I don't even remember.
So you got one earlier. Similarity is actually,
Similarities, yeah.
So opposites actually don't attract. Similarity and familiarity is the category I went with. We're actually attracted to people who are similar to us.
It makes sense.
It does make sense.
I got no argument against that, yeah.
Similar cultures,
Yeah.
similar languages, like things like that, they're more attractive, and then familiarity. So
I would agree. Because
very
culture's important to me too.
Culture
so yeah.
is. See?
Yeah.
So what your answer from the beginning?
I guess we're gonna go with yes and no. That's my answer.
All right, what else? I'm surprised you guys started with smell and familiarity.
It's pretty straightforward.
Looks, I guess, is one.
Yes,
Yeah.
looks is a huge one. So what is attractive looks-wise?
You know, anything city girl ratchet. You heard me? Like, just independent woman, whatever that looks like. That's attractive.
Independent woman.
Love it.
Not everyone wants an independent woman.
That's true. And not every woman wants to be independent.
That is very true.
You know.
Very true. So do looks matter?
Looks do matter. Soft life and good looks. Yes.
Looks matter. Looks matter to you in a relationship?
To a degree, yes, they do.
To a
You have to
degree.
be attracted to the person. Like, yeah, also looks do matter there, but no, there's more than just looks. So it does play a big part into it, but not the most important thing.
Give it a
Yeah.
percentage point right now. How much does attraction matter?
Or looks,
Looks,
and
sorry,
attraction.
looks,
Attraction always matters.
Yeah. How much do looks matter to you?
So like 60% and up.
Okay.
So, like,
60% of what you like are attracted to would be looks. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe less. I don't know.
Maybe less?
Maybe
Okay.
less, yeah.
That's interesting. No, I would say
like
I would say
personality
over
for me-
60.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the over 60 mark.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit over 60 definitely.
Yeah, that's not a bad percentage. Okay.
Yeah. I'd probably go higher, but yeah.
Me too.
honestly.
Shallow.
Yes. Well, the indicators that are attractive are supposedly more attractive. So symmetrical face being one. Do we agree? We agree?
I would agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
symmetrical face, yeah. And then hips to waist ratio.
Oh, that's a definite.
Yeah.
That's a definite.
So they actually have a ratio of 0.7 for women, hips to waist. For guys, can you guess what it is?
I don't know that I want to.
It's not hips to waist. What's attractive? Can you guys tell what
Like
girls are attracted
Chest
to?
area.
Yeah,
I would imagine
so
like brolic kind of with shoulders. That kind of.
shoulders to chest.
Yeah. Okay. That
Apparently
makes sense.
0.9 ratio, which means your shoulders
Have
gotta
to
be.
be. Yeah.
I agree with that. I
can see
agree with
that.
that. Yeah.
That's why the jocks get all the girls.
All right, so we got familiarity, similarity, we got looks, and we got smell. That's 3 out of 6.
It's not
Right?
bad. We're doing
That's
good
not
so
you.
far.
You're
We're
doing
We're
good
doing
so
good.
far. Anything else? The last 2 are kind of hard, I'm not going to lie.
I'm gonna call a friend.
You're going to call a friend. Call Charity.
Should, right? Oh my goodness.
Okay, so if you think about somebody who's a city girl, right?
Okay.
Why is a city girl attractive? She is in the city. You are also in the city.
Right.
Location.
Proximity. Yeah, is actually supposed to be an attractive thing, which I don't relate to this.
You were
I
long
don't.
distance situation.
Yeah, like that's
How long
usually
distance, though?
Yeah. Like,
I
what
mean,
is
I've
really
done-
long distance to you? Like, if someone can drive to you in like 3 hours, is that really long distance?
a little bit, but no, the longest long distance I've done is Korea to here. So
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah, so I definitely have done long distance. I don't mind doing long distance, and honestly, I kind of like my space a bit. So it's kind of nice to not be super close to somebody. If
Yeah.
somebody lived down the street from me, I'd probably be annoyed. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I could see that. You'd have to set like extreme boundaries.
Yes.
Like, you only get to see me on Saturdays and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even people who live far, like, I want to see you every week. I'm like, no, you live, like, don't do this. Don't, just save your money, like.
Stay over there for a little
Yes, please. We don't have to see each other that much. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm definitely like that. But the example that I was given in school is have you watched Big Bang Theory? Like Leonard and
Yeah.
what's her name?
Penny?
The blonde girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're like
They
neighbors.
shouldn't, like, that did not add up looks wise, technically. They were not matched very well. So the
Agreed.
idea is that the proximity and the familiarity of them living near each other was what kind of like brought on that attraction.
I could see that.
So proximity. Do you guys
see
agree?
that.
Like, would you like somebody very close to you?
I'd rather close than far.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. The distance after a little while, I think, would annoy me when I do want to see the person. And literally just the logistics of distance.
When
would-
I do want to see the person.
It's true.
I guess
Well,
that's
yeah.
true. I just haven't experienced that in a
Yeah.
while. So
So yeah, I guess the proximity thing is true, at least for me.
Yeah. I know. I'm like, do I make bad choices? After the red flags episode, I'm like, what am I doing?
To
I'm not
reassess
going.
life.
I know. I'm literally reassessing
See where this
life.
podcast is helping us. It's helping us grow.
really
Learning
is.
about yourself.
Yeah.
It really is. All right. So, have you guys ever been attracted to somebody who did not like you? Like they really did not like you, and you're like,
Yes.
oh,
I
yeah.
don't know if
Yes.
really did not like me, but yeah, they didn't like me. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that question to go that way. Well, apparently reciprocity is something that is attractive, that we like people who like us.
Yeah, I would imagine.
But you guys have different experiences.
A lot of people could be sensitive otherwise, but I had a point to prove. So yeah, definitely was. I've been down that lane.
Okay. Which is bringing me to the last one, which is barriers.
Extreme barriers for there. I'll tell you that.
Barriers.
Yeah.
And honestly, when I read that, I was like, damn, I am attracted to barriers. Like, it's why, like, the proximity thing doesn't bug me as much, is because I'm like, no, that's attractive. Like,
Gotcha.
there's a reason why I can't have that.
The heart wants what it can't have, right?
Right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah, I guess, like, barriers really is. They use the example of, like, Romeo and Juliet. There was a barrier to them, and, like, obviously that increases attraction.
Yeah, it became a motivator for the togetherness. Yeah.
It goes back to that, never have I ever liked somebody forbidden.
True. True.
Yes, it is so true. So, what do you guys look for, looks-wise, in a mate? You're like winding up here. I can see you winding up like.
Oh, so why don't you go first? Because I think I should probably reset myself before I attack this one.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Well, for looks, I don't think I have like a preference on like race or anything like that, or it's just, I don't know. It's just, if you look good to me, you look good. It's just, there's other factors that I take into account too, like personality and like how they are and how they act. Cause like if they look good, but I don't like how they act or how they think or something like that, like they become less attractive to me. So it's like a bunch of different factors in it, but yeah, like race and all that doesn't really play a part. I don't really have like a preference when it comes to that. So
That makes sense. Well, I'm religious, so Orthodox Jew is important. They have to be Orthodox Jew, number one. There's no working around that. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, first time hearing of it.
No, but yeah, I would kind of bounce off of what Alyasa was saying there. Race definitely doesn't play a matter, any concern for me. I don't really care about that. As long as you can bring a good vibe and we can mesh.
yeah.
There's a bit of attraction, the rest will work itself out. Yeah. And here we go with the firecracker of the group here to be a little more stern.
I have preferences for sure.
All right.
I think I do like the whole somebody who's culturally similar or whose culture like I understand very well
Yeah.
is something that I do like. So that does kind of lend to preferences.
Hear that.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that chest to shoulder ratio, whatever. That, yeah, for sure. Oh, it's me.
Of course.
I'm so used to you being a host that I'm just like, wait, okay. So my next question, have you guys heard of pretty privilege?
Yes.
Okay, so for everyone listening, pretty privilege is people who are deemed more attractive based on societal beauty standards, have an upper hand in the world, and are afforded many opportunities that regular folks don't have. Do you believe in pretty privilege?
I believe
Yes,
that
I guess.
it exists and that I benefit from it.
All right.
No, pretty privilege definitely exists, especially in North America. It absolutely exists.
Why do you say that?
Because people are not always the most internally looking first. They're gonna judge by your silhouette, if you will.
Your silhouette is hilarious. Like, not even just how you look, your silhouette.
Yeah, and the prettier you are, the more benefits you're gonna gain in this world. And
So you're saying somebody's silhouette would say more about their prettiness than, like, maybe their face?
I'm saying it's a factor.
Okay.
Definitely a factor.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're saying you could overlook somebody's face in pretty privilege if
Absolutely.
All right.
That's why boobs get women so far.
What?
That's why boobs get women so far. You show a little
That's
cleavage,
true.
your face doesn't even matter.
But, okay, does it actually have an upper hand in the world, though?
Yeah.
Yeah?
P is power. So I would say so.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. So, are there no downsides to being really pretty?
The hate.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters
sorry
gonna
for clapping. Yeah, okay. Wow.
Yeah, I would say the hate is a big downside.
That's actually not like what I've found.
Okay, talk to me.
No, not like my personal experience. Like I'm reading from this. Okay.
All right.
Actually, okay, so they say that yes, pretty privilege exists in a certain way, that they are less lonely, pretty people.
I could see that.
They're a little happier, which is interesting.
Debatable.
I don't know. Yeah,
Debatable.
debatable. I don't know if this is old research. And they tend to have better social skills.
I could see that because they
Yeah.
interact with more people just based
All right.
on their attractions, right? Or them being attractive, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are also there's downsides. So they're also often lied to more. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They tend to be less trusting because people lie to people essentially to like
Butter them
attract.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And they're used to like putting on a fake persona and like just
Yeah.
like, and then they get lied to. Isn't that interesting?
That makes complete sense.
So I mean, is it really like an upside? If
I
people
guess
are
it just
gonna
depends
lie
on
to
how you're gonna use it, right?
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
What's your benefit if you need to use it to your advantage?
That's
And are
true.
you doing a good job at it?
Yeah.
See, if I was a woman, I get everything for free. I get everything for free.
I
honestly.
don't know. I feel like I have guilt around that.
How? Men are idiots. Sorry,
Men
guys.
are-
But like,
I mean-
we're so simplistic that I have to just be like, yo, we're idiots, man.
Men are. Like, I remember I was dating somebody, I fully told him, I was like, yeah, like, I just told my cousin, just go out with this guy, like, get him to pay for things. And he was so insulted. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, you think men don't use women on dates for certain things? Like,
Yeah, it's not a
why are
one-way
you
street.
upset?
It's not a
Yeah,
one-way
why are you
street.
upset when, like, it goes the other way?
Because it's not usually the other way. That's why I would say it is a two-way street, but
It's a
y'all
two-way
use
street.
it a lot more than we do. That's for sure. That's for sure. You guys be saving guys in your phone as dinner, and it's not because you want to eat him. Okay, like stop this.
I've never done this.
Not that you'll admit. We understand. All right.
I feel like if somebody was dinner, they wouldn't get saved in my phone.
You can't make this stuff up, guys. You can't. You can't make this
No,
up.
I swear I've never done that. But like, did I get to try like all these places I wanted to try from
sure you
dating?
did.
Yeah, like
Sure you did.
it's definitely an experience. I give people chances.
Okay.
They act in the way they want to, and then I decide.
Yeah, you don't manipulate that by any means
If they want
whatsoever.
to take me out for dinner, I'm there for it. Like,
Hey, I'm gonna ask you a quick random question. Has a
what?
guy ever said, let's go out for dinner, but like right off the rip was like, we're going Dutch? Has anybody ever been that brave to you?
no.
Fair enough.
No. What? Okay, I've never been asked to like split a bill
Yeah.
or something, but there have been times where like I've paid and I'm fine with that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, usually not.
So I watched this TikTok so you
Okay.
can figure out where it's
Yeah.
coming from. And this girl said that there's been this uproar
Yeah.
in men that are approaching women for Dutch dinners to basically not get led into the
Right.
you're going to be dinner
Right.
in my phone type
Yeah.
of thing. So I wanted to see if you had experienced that.
I have
Obviously,
not
didn't ask you
experienced
So.
I mean, have you experienced that in any way when you've gone out for dates where it's like somebody wanted to split and you were like, yeah, sure. Like,
I mean, a couple times they've offered, but it's like, no, usually we don't split it.
You got strong arm
good.
now.
Yeah,
You-
yeah, good,
I
good.
got
I
you.
like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. No, like
It's
I
nice
would
when they
have
offer though, or sometimes
Yeah.
like they'll just say like, I got this one. It's like, yeah, okay, maybe,
Yeah.
but usually not. I usually just pay. So
I'm usually the proponent of whoever asks the other person out is who like quote unquote should be paying, though if somebody wants to pay, that's fine.
I think
like,
that's pretty standard.
I think so too.
If
and
you're
like my
asking
girl's
for the
asking,
person's time, you take care of that.
exactly.
that makes sense.
I think that makes sense too.
Yeah. And for what it's worth, ladies, the offer means so much. It means so
I was
much,
just gonna
honestly.
say that.
You have
I was
no
just gonna
idea.
say
We
that.
don't even want you to pay, but
Yeah.
the offer just shows
Honestly,
something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
honestly,
yeah.
I always do that. Like, I've been out with people who told me straight up, like, they're the type of people who pay for everything, and
Yeah.
I'm like, it's really hard not to like offer. I'm like, I get that that's you want to
thing,
provide,
yeah.
like whatever, or like you want to be that person, but like, it's just weird not to offer. I feel like I always have to offer, and like. I'll if they say like, okay, no, I'll get this, I'm like, no, like, let's go for a drink or something, like I will pay.
Make it up
and then
in some way. Yeah.
yeah
All right, you got a good
but
heart.
they
Okay.
usually never do. But again, I paid sometimes, so it's fine. It all works out. I feel like that's what like, I feel like in short-term dating you don't see it work out because guys are usually the ones like always paying. But
Yeah.
if you're dating somebody long-term, it always like ends up balancing out, which is the way I view relationships. But they can be so transactional. Like, you don't know how people are. Some
Yeah.
people just want to pay for everything. They want to provide.
It's the way they're raised. Yeah.
Yeah. And some women too. You never know.
No, I've run into a few women that like,
Yeah.
have strong-armed me
Yeah.
into paying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. It's
I get
so
it.
true.
I get it.
Yeah. Those Caribbean women, ooh,
They're the ones who have strong-armed me. They have strong-armed me.
I know.
They were
We're
raised very
fighting
well.
for the bill.
Yes.
Like, we fight.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, let me be a man, please.
Yeah. Do you feel like, oh, my manlyhood was just challenged, or like, no?
Not really challenged, but I guess, just based on being trained to do that,
Yeah.
when somebody comes and they're trying to derail you off
Yeah.
of that, you're like, nah, what are you dealing with? But you also got to let a woman be independent, respect her grind if she wants to participate in that aspect.
Yeah.
Let her do her thing, but never like, don't finesse her into doing it. So like, don't let the girl offer and you're like, yeah, go ahead, off the first rip. Don't do that.
Oh my God, yeah,
Don't
that
do
would be a hell no from me.
Let them offer. Be like, no, I got it. They're gonna push back. You say, no, I got it, and pay. And pay.
Yes,
All right,
that'll
yeah.
work out in the long term better.
Telling you.
All right, last question. What's a good opening line?
Like as far as like trying to like mac on somebody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Alyasa take this one because that's where I get my game.
Because
from,
you
know what I'm
asked
saying?
me, Danielle and I this,
Yep.
Yeah.
and we didn't get your answers. So, like, you walk up to somebody, like, what's a good opening line?
This right here is my OG.
Or online, if you don't walk up to people, because people sometimes never do that, like us.
That's true. That's true.
Opening line? No, I usually just depends where you are. Depends where you're at. Like,
Okay.
just make it like maybe something about like where you are. Like, it just depends. Like online, you can just say whatever. But like if you're
What is
downtown-
saying whatever? No. Go back to that. What is saying whatever? You can't just say that.
You have so much more to grab from online. So
my
literally, whatever.
If it's if it's like an one of the dating apps, they'll just reply to like something in their bio or something like that. But no, like if you're downtown, just say like anywhere. If you're in a library, you could talk about books. If you're in the mall, you could talk about like
Library
running the store.
pickup is elite. I'm glad you
Yeah.
said that.
if you can get off the pickup with silence surrounding you,
Bookstore pickups, like, girls love that shit.
it's gold level. Yeah.
All right, so just anything about your surroundings.
Surroundings
essentially.
mostly, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Less about them or like what they look like and like not like that. Less about appearance, more like just anything about life.
Did you learn from us when we were talking about it? We had that
Yeah,
conversation
Yeah, we
before.
took it in.
I
We took it
learned,
in.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Don't love bomb. Don't say too much about your looks. Yeah, we learned. We learned.
All
We
right.
listened.
All right. What
Just
are you?
for those people who don't remember, go back, listen to the previous episodes.
City dating.
City
City
dating,
dating.
that's
Yeah.
right,
Listen to that one. We give a lot of good tips in that one.
It's true. So as far as me approaching somebody, I'm just gonna let them know straight up. My name is Daddy, and and you know what I'm saying. The rest falls
my
into place
God.
from there. There's not really much long talking. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. If somebody like was bold enough to walk up to me and say that, they would have like a really good chance of me being intrigued.
I'm telling. That's all it
Like,
takes.
I would be so intrigued.
Gotta capture the mind. You'll capture the heart, man. You know what I'm saying?
That is.
Look at it. Has a ways. Daddy, my
keep
phone's
laughing.
out. Number ready. Let's go. Come on, man. Let's go. I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm sorry, mama. I don't act like this in public. I swear.
Okay, what is your actual line though?
Y'all don't have no lines. I'm keeping a buck with you.
You don't have any
I don't have a line.
lines?
If anything, I'm following, like I said, the OG, the Mac Daddy over here. No, I'm just joking. But honestly, it's just surroundings are usually your best bet to try and get in somewhere. Because, like...
Does it work?
It can. Depends on the woman's mood.
Would you say it's 50-50 or more?
I think it works better than lines.
I think that's dependent on your approach.
All right.
In my experience, I found that women later on will say, it is the way you approach that made me want to, or they're speaking about other experiences where they didn't want to as approach. So if your approach is proper, you got a higher than 50% chance, I would say.
Honestly, I agree. Like, talking about surroundings, I feel like would be ideal.
Yeah.
Like, as a starting. Honestly, what was really funny is I actually got this question from, like, a textbook on close relationships, and they said cute and lines actually don't work that well on women, but they work well on men. And they said, essentially, like, just saying, hey, or, like, how are you, like, kind of starting, like, very simple like that actually, like, works better. But I don't know how outdated this is, because I'm like...
It's not.
I feel like talking about surroundings makes more sense now, with just, like, how much stimulation we have.
I would say for the guys anyway, it's not outdated. The reason why the simple stuff works on us is because we don't get anything.
No. Okay, so that's what they... No, they were saying, like, you could use a line on a guy, and they would like it.
Yeah.
Even like, not simple. Like, something, like, very... like.
If it was like, dumb or cheesy.
Yeah,
like,
if it was dumb or cheesy, so it will work. So you know the reason they said this?
You guys are taking a page out of our book, basically. So there's an understanding, like,
they
of what's
said
going on.
Men like to be approached by women, so whatever a woman does, they'll like the approach.
Sounds about
pretty
right.
Much, yeah, pretty much right.
Sounds about right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and greenlight that one for sure.
I was like, wow, like... Men are, I say this all the time to my friends and guy friends too. I'm like, you have to understand, women know men are easy.
Yeah.
Men are easy, you know? And like, it's unfortunate because I've talked to guys and I'm like, yeah, that girl played you. Like, she knew exactly how to get into your bed. Like, she Happy Valentine's her way back in for some D. Like, you know, like, men...
We're simple creatures. We're simple creatures.
Yeah.
Men are very simple creatures, yes.
Think about it. If we're the ones, quote unquote, like, you know, on the prowl, looking like 97% of the time, that little 3% of women don't want to say something to us, we're going to eat it up.
But if somebody is, like, pursuing you, like, oh, okay, short term, I'm sure, like, okay, yeah, I like that. In the long term, do you actually like that? That's been a curiosity point for me.
Being pursued?
Yeah, like somebody always hitting you up and, like them, the one pursuing you.
If there's interest, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
For sure.
Interesting.
Roles reverse is always good if there's commonality there.
If there's commonality.
If there's not, then you're just annoying. So,
I know, see, and then it's like, where's the line there, you know? That's a very fine line to play.
Yeah.
All right, interesting. All right, would you rather?
Would you rather? So, in classic fashion, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to close this off with a would you rather. This week's, like I always say, is not as crazy as the last one, trying to simmer things down a little bit. But
we'll pick it up again.
Well, yeah, we'll do that.
We will.
We'll do that. So as soon as I'm done with this, guys, leave a comment. Let us know what you would rather when it comes to this one. So this week's would you rather is: would you rather your spouse date your best friend or your arch enemy if you died?
I mean, I'm dead, so...
Some people are possessive beyond the grave, so you'd be surprised.
If I'm dead, I'm going to say best friend.
Best friend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, like,
So
the
if
arch
it-
enemy feels like a betrayal.
But does the best friend not feel like a betrayal
That's what I was
too?
gonna say.
Like,
But
that's what I'm
an
like,
enemy
both
is
of-
like an enemy, you know, like...
So
arch enemy
enemies
is like-
enemies are worse for Alyasa.
Yeah, because if it's your best friend, then you'd be like, okay, hopefully he'll, like, treat her nice and, like, be good to her. Like, you know he's a good guy.
But
I
then
guess
your
if it's
friend's
best
gotta-
friend.
he's
would
gotta
you
hit
always
that,
would you
too.
always wonder if they were always like a
I'd be
thing?
dead.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'd be dead.
you'd
so
be dead.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, so he doesn't care beyond the grave. That's perfect. That's a beautiful thing.
Oh, I don't know. My arch enemy though.
Yep.
Like, I want to say no just because I don't want my arch enemy to win. But I would rather be my arch enemy because I feel like my enemy is closer to who I am than my best friend would be.
Ooh, I
Because
see
you
what
don't
you're doing there.
things about yourself, right? So
I
I'm
see
like,
what you did there.
I think I'm gonna go with arch enemy for that reason, but I would have a really hard time being like, oh, I gave them that win. like why did I die? Like come on.
Word. Well,
my spouse might turn into my enemy then too, so.
Then they're both enemies.
Yeah, and then it's fine.
Obsidian.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think I'll go with that.
Okay.
My best friend, I'd be like, you're a bitch if you do this.
I'm gonna go with the best friend because it's fuck the ops even beyond the grave. We smoking all deads, you hear me? But yeah, nah, ain't ops. They're not winning. You're not in death. In death, you're not winning. No, I don't care, bro. Like, you're not. You're gonna give it to the best friend. Let that rock, man. My ops are not winning at any point. So,
no. I don't know. The betrayal would get me.
I'm telling you, my opposition.
But they're not.
My opponent?
But see, my whole thing is they're not actually my opposition, right? That's my mentality.
They're your arch enemy.
They're beyond your opposition.
The enemy is usually something about myself I don't like. That's why I'm like,
they're just too good.
I'm like, no, I don't know.
Ops ain't winning over here. I'm gonna let you guys know that straight up. But anyway, let us know what you guys would think.
I'm gonna go with arch enemy.
Are you giving it to the best friend or are you giving it to your op?
That's a great one. Why do you say it's not gonna be spicy and then it is? Like,
I didn't think it'd be that bad, I'll be honest with you.
That's a hard one. Like, it is.
Nah, it ain't hard. Fuck the ops. You know what I'm saying? But guys, this has been a great episode.
It was.
Thank you for listening, watching, all that good stuff. Like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, hit follow. We'll see you soon. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, 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 ding.